Well, the Donegal Marathon will be taking place on the 21st of August 2016. It's Donegal Marathon number 3, and it'll be here, launched at the Letterkenny Aura Centre, and a wonderful facility here. And of course behind me is the Danny McDaid track, and with me is none other than the man himself, Danny McDaid, a double Olympian and a man, of course, who set many records in the marathon and in cross-country events, one of the legends of athletics, not only here in Donegal but throughout Ireland. Danny, great to get the opportunity to talk to you, and we're looking forward to marathon number 3 here, an event that you took part in, as I said, many times during your career, a tough event.
Oh, indeed. The last time the marathon was big here in Letterkenny was 1983. The national marathon took place here, and I won it. It was around 2:19, and it was great, you know, the atmosphere around town here. And now that we've reinvented, it's just great. It's, you know, it's going great, 3rd year, and we've had big numbers, and hopefully we will get them numbers back this year again.
Danny, just talk to me now. A lot of people are going to be taking part, hopefully. What advice would you have for someone who's thinking about doing the marathon in August?
Like I said, 16 weeks to go. If you're basically fit, then that's grand, but you know, if you're thinking on doing the marathon and maybe only starting now, you know, you really need to be going for it now at this stage, and probably the Northwest 10K would be a start. I always found that about 12 weeks you could peak, you know, so I would have been coming from basically being fit, and then 12 weeks before the marathon I felt that I would be peaking for the marathon, and you know, I think that's the way people should be looking at it, you know. Yeah. But they really need to be getting building up the miles, increasing each week by maybe about 10%, you know, so from now until, you know, marathon day on the 21st.
Would it be realistic or unrealistic for someone to think, I'm going to run the marathon on the 21st of August, who hasn't got that basic fitness that you're talking about, Danny? Would that be too much to expect?
Oh no, it's still possible, provided they are healthy and reasonably fit anyhow, you know. Like I say, they need to start off, you know, try a couple of races, even if it's only couch to 5K or you know, or do the 10K and move up. And ideal preparation then would be, if you're getting into shape, you know, there's the Danny McDaid 15K here 3 weeks before the marathon, so that'd be a good tester, you know. But you know, they need to be getting the miles, and from now on, good idea as well, maybe to try out the time. The marathon starts at 9 o'clock here in the morning approximately, and you know, they need to maybe run at that time, a couple of runs at that time in the morning, to see what time they should be getting up at and what food agrees with them, you know, for to start at that time in the morning.
So replicate it as much as you can.
Absolutely, yeah.
And on the day itself, I mean, you've got to be very mindful of what you're capable of, because we've seen it, the adrenaline's pumping on that particular morning. If you haven't run a marathon before, don't shoot off, as we saw people maybe try to catch you in the Interfirms 5K back in the good old days, Danny, and by the time they got to the end of the Pierce Road, they were ready to turn again. You've got to know what you're capable of when you get to the start line that morning. Yeah,
well, you know, they should have learned that with their pace judgment and their steady runs and their long runs and their hard runs, etc. You know, but you know, it's they will be all right on the day. It's if you do the work, you'll always question when you come to the start that morning. You know, it's surprising how many people doubt themselves on the morning of the race, and you know, you wouldn't think that they were going to run a marathon. When you talk to some of them, you know, you think it's A&E they should be going to.
And of course, on the day, and you'll know this in big races, other people drag you along as well, Danny, and the fact that they're out there competing, many of them on the same level, that helps you actually to get through it.
Oh, of course, you know, and you know, and the crowds do support them around Letterkenny here. And the atmosphere, you know, you just have to be there on the day of the race to get the atmosphere. And you know, if you have just believe in yourself and believe in the work that you've done. If you've done a fair bit, if you haven't reached what you were aiming for, or if you're not as fit as you thought you were, just go for it, you know. And you know, things can be good on the day if you have a good day, and that's good.
And recovery is important as well, Danny, after an event like this, because obviously you put in the hard work, but the strain on the limbs on that particular day is going to be tough. So an important aspect of it is the recovery as well.
Absolutely, you know, but you know, the couple of days after the marathon or half marathon, whatever it may be, just jog, you know, and it's surprising how you keep your fitness, you know, within a couple of weeks, you probably find that you're running PBs at shorter distances, because just jog for, you know, I would have always, you know, taken the first week, you know, after the week after the marathon, just jog, just run, 20 minutes jog, and don't try to, and you'll find you come back quicker, and you'll probably start running fast times over the shorter distances within a few weeks, you know.
Yeah, you mentioned the early bird, important now that people are thinking about it, and there is an opportunity for them to get that entry in early at a reduced rate, so you'd be pushing them to do that, Danny?
Absolutely, and you know, the new thing in it this year, we have a team challenge as well, where it's a relay, and you know, the businesses around Donegal especially should be looking at 4 runners to run the marathon. You know, you'd be four 10Ks approximately, you know, and it's a great opportunity for businesses and, you know, people to take part and be part of the great festival of athletics that it is on the day.
Yeah, and the Marathon Committee have a website, and they're on Facebook as well, so there's loads of information out there for you to browse through before you actually commit, or after you've committed as well, to just guide you through these next 3 months.
Yeah, you know, there's always plenty of people to help you out there. You know, if you don't know too much about training or about coaching.
We'll look forward to a great event on the 21st of August. Thanks for talking to us, Danny. Appreciate it.